Twitter reacts?
Yeah, I think we can look at it now.
All right, let's get into it.
All right. So first of all, we had, which I thought was a brilliant tweet, we had Eric Dyer commenting on the PFA Player of the Year nominees, saying 23 goals, no pens, and there's a gif of Gugu asking, "Where's Son?" which I think is absolutely spot on. Where was Son in those nominations? And I think Eric Dyer completely agreeing with that.
Absolutely.
Which I thought was absolutely brilliant. Obviously, there's Spurs releasing the end of season speech from Heung-min Son, and then everyone celebrating. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Very wholesome content. There's going to be a lot of wholesome content coming in this Twitter Reacts. But there's,
I was lying in bed last night just watching a few of the highlights, match of the day, all the tweets coming through. And when I was looking at my Twitter timeline, I was just thinking to myself, I cannot wait for Twitter Reacts tomorrow. Here we are. Exactly.
Absolutely fantastic. Tottenham tweeting out "Dare, dream, done."
Exactly.
Emerson Royale with the check mark as well. Do you reckon he's going to be around for Champions League football next season?
It's a big question. It's an interesting one. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think that it depends what kind of targets present themselves in the summer. I think that's what it comes down to. I think if we can get bigger and better players in, I think he might move on.
Yeah, but you look, to be fair to him, he's done well.
Yeah, you got to give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
He's been a big part of why this season ended so well for us.
I agree. We need him to step up, and he has. Charlie Eccleshare says, in the worst top four race ever that no one wants to win, both Tottenham and Arsenal finished with more points than the average for fourth in the previous 3 seasons.
You know, people saying like, oh, this is the worst top four race in ages. But I remember like every year this kind of happens. People like teams that are going for fourth lose a lot of games, and like nobody wants. How many times have you heard that statement? Oh, nobody wants top four.
It's because top four is a fourth place team is usually a team who is a team that's big enough that they think they should be aspiring for bigger things, but don't have quite the consistency yet. So every time they lose, like a disaster of a big club.
Yeah.
But actually, it's probably right. And also, so we finished on 71 points. That's very respectable for a top four team.
Yeah.
That's not like a really low total.
Yeah. When you look at our first half of the season, it's just mental.
We've had a very good second half of the season. Jamie Weir says the back three of Sanchez, Dyer and Davis, none of whom are even good enough for League One if you believe some of the more poisonous corners of Twitter, finishes the season with 3 consecutive clean sheets. And also it's important to note that Sanchez started the first 3 games and got 3 clean sheets, and finished the last 3 games and got 3 clean sheets.
Very symmetrical.
Yeah, and look, I think you got to give him credit.
You do have to give him credit.
Because I think actually as well with Sanchez, as much as I think he did have a bit of an iffy period in the middle of the season when we played at Chelsea in that period in January, when we didn't quite have a settled back line. I think other than that, he started the season brilliantly, if you remember. He had a great start to the season under Nuno. And I think there were times under Conte as well, he was looking really good. So I think actually he's had a fairly good season overall.
In terms of Sanchez, are you happy to keep him? Or do you think he can generate quite a bit of money, so it's probably a good move?
Yeah, I think because you can get a fair bit for him, I reckon you can get between 25 and 30 million still.
But you know, if you get 35 to whatever it is, 25 to 30 million, like you say, you're still going to need to buy another guy to play backup to Romero.
Yeah, but you're getting
unless you play Tanganga there, but I don't know about Tanganga.
No, I would sign someone, but someone more suited to how Conte wants to play. I think as much as Sanchez is good, and I think he's stepped up well, I still don't think he's quite the right fit. I think he's just a bit still a bit dodgy on the ball, unfortunately. So I would still look to sell him. But I think he's done well. And if you look, and I think at the end of the day, if he does end up staying, it's not the end of the world. I think he's shown that he can step in.
Yeah.
But I would rather sell. Trust the process, you Woolwich slags. I love that. You must have liked that one. I don't remember liking that one. It's brilliant. But that's off the back of our video, Oh What a Night. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Great video, that.
Yeah,
and I can't wait.
Starring my brother and my sister.
Absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for that tune to be back at the lane. It's going to be so good. I've missed it. I've absolutely missed it.
You caught that moment on the vlog when we first started singing it, and I just turned around to you. Oh, I missed this song so much.
Now we can finally start singing it with no trepidation about we're going to bottle it or anything.
Yeah.
We can actually sing that.
Signed, delivered, my friend.
Exactly. Sanjay says, thank you for all the entertainment, Ben and Sim, and everyone that comes on regularly. You guys have have made this season memorable. Well done, lads, and come on, you
you're
Spurs.
more than
Big up to you,
welcome.
Sanjay.
It's been our pleasure.
Jay says Conte achieved in 6 months what Arteta couldn't achieve in 3 years and 250 million spent. Top 4. Arteta has never finished above Spurs. Just let that sink in. That's why they've turned in. That's what they've turned into, and that's what the process gets you. Effing laughing stock. We're back in the UCL.
Mikel Arteta has already finished below 3 Spurs managers.
Unbelievable.
3.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. Yeah, but it's progression. Don't worry, it's progression. Golden boot winner. Look at those golden boots from Heung-min Son. Absolutely fantastic. Can't get enough of it. No, there should be a few things with Son holding up the golden boot. Oliver Young Miles says Kulusevski now has 12 goal involvements in 18 Premier League appearances. Most impactful signing Spurs have made in a long time. Well, actually, it's 13 because they must have been before he got the other goal. Great gif here.
Who's been a better signing, Kulusevski or Romero?
I would say Kulusevski because I think we were really struggling in the forward line to really be creative, I felt, and actually really impact games going forward. We had... Like Lucas had moments like at home to Norwich, scored that great goal and stuff, and we were better under Conte. But it seemed like unless we were like very systematically getting to those positions, we definitely struggled to score multiple goals. But I think Kulusevski really gave that creative spark that we needed, and then we exploded since he came in. And I think without him, I'm not sure we get top 4.
Yeah, I kind of think the other way. I think they've both been unbelievable signings. There's no two ways about that. But I just think Romero is just a class above anyone that we have in defence, and he's been a player that we've been crying out for so long. So is Kulusevski, to be fair.
I think we actually haven't been too bad without Romero when he hasn't played. Yeah, whereas without Kulusevski, I know it was before he signed. We were just I don't think our forward line was anywhere near as good.
I think this calls for a poll, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
I think this calls for a poll.
I think Romero is probably going to be the better player for Tottenham overall and more important. But I think this season Kulusevski has probably been more important to us. That's what I would argue.
All right, the poll's up, guys. Straight up. No sitting on the fence. Romero or Kulusevski?
This one, Tottenham. This is a great gif, I think. That's from the North London derby.
I love how Kane just swats away Cedric there.
Get away like a little kid. Like a year 7 or something up against a sixth former. Absolutely fantastic stuff. There's something on his golden boots. The golden boot winner, the most non-penalty goals in the league, the pride of Asia, the franchise player, Son Heung-min. That's a great picture as well. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It's I can't overstate what big achievement it is for Heung-min Son. Yeah. Who would have thought at the beginning of the season he'd be getting golden boot? You know what I mean? What an achievement it is.
I know, it's mad that like the two guys going for the golden boot, 2 wingers pretty much. I mean, it's been a lack of strikers this year, hasn't there, in the Premier League?
Well, you have Ronaldo got 18. Obviously, Kane got 17 in the end. Vardy, in the end, I think got 16. So he actually had a pretty decent total. But
if we had Conte from the beginning, Kane would have got the golden boot.
Yeah, for sure. But I think goes to show as well. I think City have gone to show that you don't need. They've won the league without a striker. You don't necessarily need one if your system's right.
Are they going out the game a bit, strikers? Like the out-and-out striker?
I think you could argue that. I mean, you still have Lewandowski, Benzema.
Yeah, no, you have them. I'm not saying like they're not there anymore, but are they
they're old, aren't they?
Yeah,
the young strikers.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got Haaland and Mbappe.
How many are there though?
Mbappe's more of a winger.
Exactly.
As well. You got Haaland. There's not too many. You got a good crop coming through. Actually, you got Isaac. You got Darwin Núñez. You got Vlahovic. You got a decent crop coming through.
It's still few and far between, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, but there's a bit of a gap, isn't there, between them, the young coming through, and then you got the world class ones like Benzema, Lewandowski, and like in between, there's not many in there. Like who's there? Like in the bracket between like 25 to like 30, except for Kane, who is there?
No,
not many.
Exactly.
Can't think of too many. Off the top of my head, maybe the comments. Who in that age bracket is like a really great striker right now in world football in Europe? I can't think.
With a bracket of like just below Kane.
Of like between like 25 to 30, except for Kane. Who is there? Can't think of too many.
There's not many. Santos Rito says Rafael Leao, but I mean he's a good player, Rafael Leao. And obviously,
isn't he more of a winger as well?
I thought he was. I don't know.
You got maybe Martinez, but he's like 24. He's quite young
I think
still.
he would be in that bracket.
Schick, I wouldn't put him there. Lukaku, okay.
Yeah, Lukaku's had a terrible season, but yeah, he's got to be up there.
Tammy Abraham. Not that many though. You're not Brathwaite, yeah, right. Osimhen, isn't Osimhen young, like 23, no, or not? He's under 25, isn't he? Or not?
Yeah, I think Osimhen's about 24 or something.
I might be wrong. Bamford, yeah, right. Yeah, but I think this goes to show the names you're reading off are not like top, are they?
No.
Except for maybe Lukaku, none of them are like, you know.
And when you're looking at those players, I mean, you don't expect any of those to go to like Kane, Lewandowski, Benzema levels.
Yeah, true. This was brilliant. I thought when they were lifting up Son yesterday, just after he scored his second goal. Look at that, absolutely fantastic stuff. The passion. Brilliant stuff from Son. Couldn't be happier for him. Billy Hudds, big up to him. Billy H has had birthday, so have a great day. Some more away days on the coach next season. Big up to you, Billy, 100%.
Absolutely.
Great picture there of the team in the dressing room. And did you see Piers Morgan's, I think I actually have liked it, we'll get into it in a sec. He did a salty tweet on the back of this one.
Oh, happy days.
Yeah, you'll see that. You'll see that.
I've seen that.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. Premier League panel tweeted out, Invincible's first season with Juventus, wins the league in his first season at Chelsea, took an Inter team who were 20 points off first in 18-19 to runners-up by 1 point in 19-20 and then title winners in 2021. Take Spurs from 8th to 4th in 6 months. Conte is a coaching genius.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It really is.
Has it been
every single job he's done has been a masterclass.
Yeah, he's been
every
amazing.
Single one.
Every time. Harry Kane tweeting about Son. This guy, congrats, Sonny. Very well deserved. Different class this season. Great picture. And then obviously Kane.
He's gutted inside
back-to-back
Kane.
golden boots.
Do you reckon he's actually gutted inside Kane? That is not winning.
I think he would be if he didn't know within himself that he let himself down he's only got himself to blame because of how he started the season. You know, he gave everyone else a 19-game head start pretty much. So
and where did he finish? 4th, 5th?
He finished just behind Cristiano. Ronaldo was 3rd and Kane was 4th. Yeah,
a goal between them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's going to be happy for Son. Look, he won it last season, and I think he's probably happy for Son to win it this season.
So has there ever been in the Premier League 2 consecutive Golden Boot winners by the same club but 2 different players? Probably not, right?
I can't remember.
Probably not.
2 consecutive. Yeah, I mean, maybe United might have had one. I remember Berbatov won it. I don't know if Ronaldo won it the year before, or who won. Maybe Rooney won it the year before. Maybe I can't. No, Drogba won it the year before. Then the year after, who won it the year after? Was it Rooney? No, he didn't. No, I don't think Rooney ever won the Golden Boot, did he? It's a good shout. I don't think someone says Ronaldo,
Rooney. People are saying
Salah,
Mane never won Golden Boot.
Yeah, he shared it with Salah one year.
Oh, he shared it with Salah.
And then Salah won it the year before.
Right.
So you could argue.
So that's the one then, probably.
Yeah, Salah Mane. Yeah, there you go. Here's as you said, Daily Hots was saying Mikel Arteta has now finished behind 3 different Tottenham managers. Absolutely brilliant. Great. Here's some more from the dressing room. I love this one. Sanchez is proper getting into it. Absolutely love it. Lucas Moura as well.
Look at Kane in this picture. Like, what is he doing?
Pouring water. He's going to splash water. He's ready to throw water on everyone. Absolutely love it. Absolutely party time in the dressing room. And look, it's a lot of hard work gone this season. And it's fair play. They've done very well. There you go. Everyone drenching Sonny with the Golden Boot. Fantastic stuff. Emerson and Bergwijn.
What do you make out of Conte's comment saying this is like a trophy?
I think for him, obviously it's not winning a trophy, but I think the achievement he has done is probably as impressive as winning a trophy, I would say. That's what I would say to that. So I think, when you come into a job, you got to set yourself targets. And those targets, you might not get a trophy for them, but they're like they're your goals.
Top 4 wasn't even our target when he came in.
I know.
He would have laughed at Daniel Levy if he asked him to get top 4.
So I think he's got to see it like a bit of a trophy to have achieved that. In terms of on his CV, like getting Tottenham to top 4 is something to be praised and it's an achievement in that situation. So I can understand what you're saying. Cuti Romero saying difficult season for me, but the most beautiful. It wasn't easy at all, but we achieved what we wanted so much. Not only us, but the club and our people. Thank you for all the love and let's go for more all together.
Big
Spurs
up,
official.
Big up.
Yeah, I'll see you next season, Cuti. I'm looking forward to more of these brilliant appearances from you. A great first season for him, but he's got so much more to give, I feel, Romero.
I think they all do.
Yeah, I completely agree. Paul O'Q says, can everyone admit Champions League over Europa matters now?
When did it not matter?
I know people always say, "Oh, what's the people say the difference gets overstated and everything like that." And maybe it doesn't matter that much, but I'm sorry, as soon as you hear that Champions League music, nothing else matters. You know
The
what I mean?
champions.
I can't wait. And then here it is, the even more CL music being played in the dressing room. Absolutely brilliant. There's Kulu and look how happy Kulu and Golini are.
Was there anyone that went to Norwich yesterday and didn't play the Champions League music on their way home?
Who are you? Everyone's
Did
got
anyone not play it in their car when they were driving home?
You can see how much it means to the players as well. Dane Scarlett with the Golden Boot winner.
Dane Mbappe.
Maybe he'll have more development next season. Looking forward to
Well,
how he
looking
develops.
like a loan next season, aren't we? So.
Yeah. Here it is. This tweet. So Piers Morgan, off the back of this tweet here, said this team came fourth but thinks it won the league. And then Michael Bridge tweeted, "Here's a picture of Arsenal fans with the dressing room photo after winning the North London derby early in the season."
But the thing is, right? Arsenal do these dressing room selfies like any time they win.
Just to win a game,
Just any game. Like I remember, they got a last minute draw against I can't remember who it was against. Like some team in the bottom half. They got a last minute draw, and then Aubameyang does his flip, and then they have a whole dressing room selfie after that.
Yeah, I remember Aubameyang did like a flip for equalising against Norwich or something one year. Come on, if anyone over celebrates, it's Arsenal. And we actually achieved something.
You look at Spurs, where we equalised against Leicester at King Power in the last second of the game, which everyone thought that was probably the last kick of the game.
We went back,
we go into the goal, pick up the ball, and put it in the centre and go score that winner.
Barely a smile cracked. That's the difference. Before the North London derby, Spurs had just a 13.8% chance of finishing top four, according to Stats Perform AI predictor. After being Arsenal 3-0, Burnley 1-0, Norwich 5-0, 3 wins, 3 clean sheets later, they are back in the UCL.
Come on,
yeah.
champions!
I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Hotspur related says Antonio Conte witnessed one THFC first team player eat nachos on his first day following his appointment. He then banned all heavy foods, including nachos, sandwiches, ketchup and mayo, oil and butter.
Who was eating the nachos?
I wonder. Predictions, who was eating the nachos?
Who was eating the nachos?
I want to know. I wonder who it was. Someone was, apparently.
Who do you reckon? Who's your bet on?
Don't want to say.
We'll leave it at that,
man. Charlie Eccleshare says 5 goals conceded in their final 11 games, a massive reason THFC are in the top 4. Amazing, given how much criticism the Spurs defence has taken over the last few years. Completely agree. Spurs Express says Tottenham are set to back Antonio Conte fully in the transfer market this summer and let him lead the way, according to Alistair Gold. That's all we want to hear. That's the main thing. Will says, big shout out to Mikel Arteta, who has been at Arsenal less than 3 years, but Spurs already finished behind 3 different managers. Absolutely fantastic. Another great picture here.
Oh, I love this picture. It's from the Bleacher Report, isn't it?
Yeah. Spurs on the train to Champions League. Arsenal, definitely, they've got now Europa League stickers on their Champions League suitcase. Absolutely fantastic.
Tottenham at the Bernabeu. Arsenal watching Emmerdale. Come on.
Tactical Time says Antonio Conte proves his mettle once again. 2 points per game since joining Spurs, worth over 76 points if it's over a whole season. That would have been enough for 3rd place. Give him what he wants, and he'll give you a team that wins.
Absolutely.
And that's what we kept saying to the Arsenal guys. If Conte was here at the beginning, we would have finished top 4 easily. And they're like, what do you base that on? We're like, well, if you just look at how we've performed, they're like, that's not true. Well, clearly it is.
Yeah.
And we got top 4 anyway, but yeah.
Exactly.
Spurs Citizen says, Kane apparently talking to his own says, I cannot wait to play football on a Wednesday night again when that can't be a real quote. Is it real? While certain clubs are playing on a Thursday. I hope it's real.
That's not real.
I hope it's real. I'm going to pretend that is real.
It's not.
It's definitely real. Go on, Harry. Confirmed.
From the horse's mouth.
Definitely. Heung-min Son becomes the first ever Asian player to win the Golden Boot in English Premier League with 23 goals without a single penalty. What an achievement for Heung-min Son. Absolutely fantastic. Looking at the top 4 head-to-heads this season, Spurs got more points than Liverpool against top 4 this season, against the top 4 rivals. We got 8 points, which is level with City and Chelsea.
That's mad.
For top 4.
And that's what I keep saying, though. Like, if Antonio can pull these results out, There's no reason why under a bit of backing he can keep those results and get stronger against the weaker teams.
Actually, Liverpool didn't win any games against the top four. They drew all of them. They didn't lose either. They lost. They drew 6 out of 6 games.
Wow.
And we won 2, drew 2, lost 2.
What did City do?
Also, same 1-2, drew 2, lost 2. We finished level with City and Chelsea in the top 4 head to head.
We just need to start beating Chelsea, and then we're rocking and rolling.
100%. So Emma posted a video of our train just got into Liverpool Street and Spurs fans are giving it to any Arsenal fans they see. Absolutely fantastic stuff.
I enjoyed myself in the service station coming back from Norwich yesterday. And
Yeah.
I saw loads of, I don't know what they were doing there, but there were loads of Arsenal fans there. To say they looked unhappy was an understatement, and they'd just beaten Everton 5-1.
Yeah, they doesn't mean anything, did it? The only place to watch UEFA Europa League football in London Thursday on hashtag Thursday night. Brilliant stuff. Harry Kane with another tweet saying some big performances to finish the season on a real high. Thanks to everyone for their support through the ups and downs of the season. Champions League nights are back. He doesn't seem to be thinking about anything else, does
Exactly.
he? Although I just read a tweet, apparently in February, it said that Kane's representatives contacted City to ask if they were still interested
Really?
in February, but apparently they said no because they're going for Haaland. Interesting. The
thing is, like, he just needs to sign that contract now, man. We need to get him down on that contract.
Yeah, definitely. And look, he looks better than ever. He shows no signs of slowing down. And I keep saying this. There's no reason he can't do what Lewandowski and Benzema are doing in terms of going into that age and still being top of his game.
Agreed.
There is no reason.
Agreed.
So I just don't understand when people say, oh, he's 29. They use that age to say like he's like nearing the end. I don't think he's anywhere near the end, Kane.
Yeah, I agree.
Chris Miller, big up to Windy, says, tonight is a moment for Spurs fans to feel completely triumphant. We're often portrayed as bottlers who lack the mental capacity to get the job done, which I think is often applied unfairly. The opposite has been true of this end of the season. There has been a steely determination, which is, I think, absolutely right. He says there are a lot of things to take away from this season, but I think the biggest lesson for us all is that we must stop writing players off. Sometimes the circumstances aren't right, but what we've seen is that with the right system, coaching, with self-belief, players flourish. How many of us would have sold Ben Davies and Eric Dyer in the summer? I'd have certainly been open to it. Matt Doherty, Emerson Royale, Ryan Sessegnon have been written off by many mid-season, and they've ultimately showed their value once they found their flow. Having a coach as talented as Conte opens up so many possibilities. There will be other players next year who will surprise us because Conte is just that good. We need to remain open to that and look at the bigger picture.
I completely agree.
Yeah, do you think we've been, obviously, a lot of Spurs fans have written many players off over the past few years, and now we've just gotten top 4 with a bunch of players no one expected us to. So he's saying the biggest lesson to take away from the season is we've got to stop writing players off too quickly.
I agree.
And you think a lot of us as well, you think everyone's just been too guilty of writing a lot of players off too quickly.
I think so, and I think probably every fan base can be guilty of that at times, and I think that when we've gone through such a hard period than we did in the first half of the season, and also the previous few seasons when we've gone through such a hard time, it's hard to like take your emotions out of it because it's very highly emotionally driven, all this stuff that we talk about. And if you take Emerson Royale, for instance, I mean, we were pretty consistent up to a certain point, being like, this is his first year in the Premier League, he's not playing his right position, this and that and this and that. And then it got to a time where both of us started to think, oh, maybe this guy just doesn't have it. Mm-hmm. But he's proving he's definitely got it. He's definitely got something. Whether it's going to be good enough to stay for the long term, that's up to Antonio Conte to decide. But he's definitely shown that he can provide something for us.
Yeah, players like Doherty, you could argue, was one of the worst wing backs we've ever seen at Tottenham.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he was providing unbelievable appearances. Davis, everyone wanted Ben Davis saying he was nowhere good enough anymore, and he's been the right system and the right way of playing, and he can be a consistent performer again and a brilliant centre back. Eric Dyer has been so consistent over the whole season. He's been absolutely exceptional. So I think it's absolutely right. And a lot of people writing Kane off of the first half of the season. A lot of people are saying he needs to be dropped or he's not good enough, not always finished, and all this kind of stuff at Tottenham.
Which he wasn't the first half of the season. Let's be honest, he down tools in the first half of the season.
Yeah, but I kept saying as long as you put him in the right system, I'm certain he's going to get back to scoring.
Anyone, as soon as we appointed Antonio Conte, didn't believe Kane would get back to his best. I think everyone believed that. And it was under Nuno. Kane had lost passion in terms of the Tottenham project. I think that was the point there. I don't think anyone really questioned his ability.
I saw a few people.
Yeah, well.
I saw a few people. Adam Nathan says 3 games to get over the line where any mistake would be all but fatal, and we win all of them with an aggregate score of 9-0. That's being a proper football team. Every one of them deserves huge credit for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and look, at crunch time, we stepped up this team when we really needed to. And also, so
Spursy.
Yeah, what happened to that? And it's also important to know, like, we had big games against, really pressure games against top opposition. Remember, when we played City, it was off the back of, I think, 2 defeats, wasn't it? We just lost to Wolves and Southampton in back-to-back games, and Chelsea, actually. I think we were off the back of 3 defeats in a row when we played City back in February. And we went there and got the win. You know, Liverpool, massive game that, off the back of 2 drop points, and we put in a really good performance now as well. Like, we've gone into really high-pressure situations against top teams and come out fighting, and that's a really, really impressive trait for us to do.
We're starting to show the kind of tough edge of this team and the mental stability of this team, and that's what we've been missing for so long.
Do you want to have a go at this song, Spurs song sheet, to the tune of "Heaven Is a Place on Earth"? Have you seen it?
Paratici, do you know what it's worth? I can't read it from
Antonio Conte is the best on earth.
The mad Italian, he's just what we need. Taking Tottenham to the champions. Oh, that's a banger. That's a banger.
I like that. I like it.
That's a banger. I love that.
Gonna get that going. Surely.
One more. Paratici, do you know what that's worth? Antonio Conte is the best on earth. The mad Italian, he's just what we need. Taking Tottenham to the Champions League. Oh, that's a banger.
Love it.
Banger.
Love
Spurs, but I need to big up Spurs song sheet, because the Bentancur song was going in full force yesterday. The Kulusevski song was going in full force yesterday. And they have done great work.
Yeah.
Great work this season. So I want to big them up massively.
Yeah, go over Twitter, show them some love, give them a follow. They've done some great work this season. And look, there was at times as well where everyone was saying we need to improve the atmosphere and everything, and at the grounds and stuff, because it was dwindling. And they've done a really great job in helping it. Obviously, it's not perfect, but they've done a great job in getting it in the right direction. And now the atmospheres are improving, especially at home, and all these new chants and stuff. It's really great stuff.
Really is.
Yidvids, I love the Yidvids videos. He says, best get cracking on the video, then up the fucking Spurs.
Come on.
I can't wait for that video. I'm going to be watching that as soon as that comes out. To Trunk, big up to him as well. He's a great creator. He says he's been better for us than Bale or Modric. Don't even care. Definitely a club legend in the proper sense. Hero. Is Son more of a legend than Bale?
I would say yes.
I'll probably say yes as well.
I would say yes, because first of all, the longevity, first of all. I mean, Son's already been here like double the time Bale was here, right?
Yeah, Son's been here 7 years.
At the top, I'm talking about.
At the top?
Yeah, as in like producing big moments for us week in, week out. I mean, Bale was here for quite a while and he didn't get a game, or he wasn't consistent.
Bale was here from 2007 till 2012.
When did he actually break into the first
2013.
team? Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about.
He broke to the first team in 2010.
And
really,
he left
properly
in 2013.
Yeah.
So 3 years, right? Son, pretty much as soon as he's come, he's made an impact. Maybe after the first, maybe you can take out that first year.
Yeah. So this is 2016 till 2022.
That's
so
it.
Yeah. He's definitely more than Modric. Modric was, I mean, as much as I love Modric at Tottenham, he was a legend, but I don't know if you can maybe say he's as much as Son. Son is going to go down as... He's going to go down in folklore. I'm telling you, but as long as especially if he wins a trophy by the time he leaves, he's going to go down as one of our best ever players.
Agreed.
Fred about Antonio Conte's Tottenham in the Premier League. When Conte was appointed, Spurs were after 10 games, 9th in the table, 15 points from 10 games, 18th in the goal scoring charts, 9th for most goals conceded, 17th for XG, 9th for XG against, and 16th for expected points. Under Antonio Conte, after 20 games under Antonio Conte, they're third for most points gained, third for goals scored, third for least goals conceded, third for highest XG, fourth for XG conceded, and third in expected points. When Conte Conte was appointed, Son had 4 goals and 1 assist in 10 games. Kane had 1 goal and 1 assist in 9 games. Under Conte, Son has 19 goals and 6 assists, and Kane has 16 goals and 8 assists.
The numbers, man.
Incredible.
They speak for itself, don't they? They absolutely speak for itself.
Yeah, it's madness, the improvement. Kulusevski for Juventus this season, 20 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. Under Conte, 18 appearances, 5 goals, 8 assists.
Can I ask, has Kulusevski got more goals and assists since he's come than Son and Kane did in the first half of the season combined?
Yeah.
Which is mad,
Yeah,
right?
he has,
It's
yeah.
mad.
I mean, I think that's more to do with how bad Kane and Son
but
were.
still,
yeah,
this is Kane and Son still we're talking about.
Yeah, and that's true, he has. Which is
mad.
pretty crazy, pretty mad what second half of the season he had. Tottenham have kept 16 clean sheets this season. Only in 16-17 have they kept more in the Premier League era. But obviously Nuno kept 3 of them at the beginning of the season. These stats show how well Tottenham performed under Conte and the quality of our turnaround in performances. He was appointed end of third, but made it this far. Thanks for reading. Brilliant thread there. Things you love to hear. I think this is watching Tottenham on a Wednesday night chant. Absolutely brilliant stuff from the fan base there yesterday. The atmosphere was electric again yesterday, by the way. Brilliant stuff at Carrow Road.
Was.
Raj Chauhan says they tried putting a coach in the same conversations as Antonio Conte, a man who has transformed 3 separate elite teams in his career and is on his way to a 4th. In the end, the novice was outclassed with just 5 months of work on the training ground.
Absolutely spot on. Once again, absolutely spot on. Mikel Arteta in the mud once again.
Big up to White Hart Payne. We were just behind him in the stand yesterday. Yeah. Big up to him. Fantastic.
2 rows in front of us.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Arsenal FC official playlist 2022-23. You play Thursday because you're effing shite. Absolutely brilliant. I think we all should all get that playlist. I think start listening to that one. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And here's the quote from Kulusevski I was talking about before. On his post, he says, "I love it here. I love the team and the fans. The stadium, wow, it's truly special. I feel at home here and I'm playing well for the team. I don't want to go anywhere else. I am Tottenham."
Come on, Kulu.
Quote.
Absolutely love that guy. I
And,
absolutely love
yeah.
it. He's already a fan's favourite, already. And that song is an absolute banger.
And yeah, that's enough for Twitter for now.
And on the poll,
yeah.
we've had 1,355 votes, and it's absolutely deadlocked at 50-50.
Wow. So it's can't split them at the moment. So get voting. Who has been the better signing, Kulu or Romero? I mean, it is a close one. It is a close one.
Yeah, it is.